My dear friends, welcome to Rajashekhar classes on applied data science with Python. This is lecture number 239. In this lecture, we will try to understand Tisne. What is this? Tisne means S means stochastic, N means neighbor, E means embedding. I can say it is T distributed stochastic neighbor embedding technique. T distributed stochastic neighbor embedding is I can say it is a machine. It is a machine learning algorithm. Machine learning algorithm for visualization. For data visualization, I can say. For visualization. Yes. It is based on stochastic neighbor embedding. It is designed by Geoffrey. Let me say like this. It is designed by Geoffrey Hinton and Lawrence von der Matten. You might have heard this particular name, Geoffrey Hinton. He is godfather of modern deep learning. This Tisne, it is designed in the 2008 by these two famous machine learning engineers. They are phenomenal researchers. It is whereas this Tisne is in 2008. In my previous lecture, that is in lecture number 238, I discussed about PCA. This is designed in 1933. This is more recent advanced. Tisne is more recent, even advanced technique compared to principal component analysis. I request you to go through this documentation sklearn.manifold.tisne. This, as I told you, Tisne is T distributed stochastic neighbor embedding. It is basically, what is the use of Tisne? It is useful for dimensionality reduction. I already discussed about PCA in my previous lectures. We will try to compare these two techniques also. Time being, just go through this documentation. If you observe carefully, it is based on joint probabilities, and there is something like KL divergence. I will discuss about what is this KL divergence and joint probabilities in my future classes. Time being, just refer this document. I will discuss each and every point of this particular document. Let me proceed further. I can say, as documentation says, it is best. I can say Tisne is best dimensionality, best dimensionality reduction technique. Dimensionality reduction technique. Of course, we learned PCA in my previous lecture. In many ways, this particular technique is far better than our principal component analysis. I can say the T distributed stochastic neighbor embedding, that is my Tisne, is unsupervised non-linear technique primarily used for data exploration and data visualization of especially high dimensional data. You can visit. What is this unsupervised? I already discussed unsupervised machine learning algorithms in my previous lectures. Of course, I will spend a lot of time on unsupervised. Why it is called non-linear? If you compare PCA, if you say PCA is, I can say it is linear. It is linear dimensional reduction technique. Linear dimensional reduction technique. But whereas PCA is non-linear. What's the reason? We will try to understand in future classes. If you speak strictly, PCA is old technique. As I told you, this is designed in 1933, whereas our TISNE is designed in 2008. Isn't it? In PCA, we discussed how can I convert into two dimensionals by calculating top two eigenvectors and top two eigenvectors. Even we have seen Christopher Ola's blog where we discussed about PCA. PCA was not doing really good job. It's not doing really good job. Which one is not doing really good job? PCA is not doing really good job, except for zeros and nines. There is a clean separation in between zeros and nines. What about other digits? There is or ones and nines. There is a overlap between the digits, which we have seen in Christopher Ola's blog. Just try to recall those lectures. Even we executed that particular data set. We worked on MNIST data set. There also we have seen that there are so many overlaps. We saw in the case of MNIST data set that PCA was not doing very good job in separating all the digits when I was trying to do a two-dimensional visualization. I took V1 and V2, isn't it? In the case of PCA, what happened? I took V1 and V2. I showed you two-dimensional visualization in Christopher Ola's blog. While PCA has its own difficulties, there are lots of other techniques. You might say, why are we learning only TISNE? And why we are learning only TISNE? There are so many other techniques. What about other techniques? PCA, we are saying that PCA is, we are saying that it's a very simple technique. We are saying that PCA is very simple and straightforward technique. We are saying that TISNE is one of the, TISNE, what we are saying? TISNE is one of the state of the art. I can say it is state of the art. State of the art. One of the best machine learning algorithm. One of the best machine learning algorithm. Are there other techniques in between? We are saying PCA is simple and TISNE is very powerful. Are there any other techniques in between? Are there any other techniques? Techniques in between? That's my question, isn't it? Are other techniques in between? Yes, there are techniques like multi-dimensional scaling. There are techniques like MDS. MDS means what? Multi-dimensional scaling. Salmon mapping. There is a technique like salmon mapping. This is also useful for dimensionality reduction. Even there is something like graph-based techniques. Graph-based techniques, isn't it? There are different techniques in between, but which all these techniques have been developed over the last 20 years. While these techniques are very important, we said it is important because in this course we are trying to cover the techniques which are mostly used in industry, isn't it? So why we choose to cover PCA? Why we choose to cover PCA and TISNE? What's the reason? Let me repeat. Why we choose to cover PCA and TISNE? By the way, Tisne is a very, very young. This is very, very young technique. Very, very young technique. As I told you, young technique, as to, it is designed in 2008. It was actual paper for Tisne was published in 2008 by a phenomenal group of researchers. As I told you, Lawrence and Geoffrey Hilton. Yes, as I told you, Geoffrey Hilton is godfather of modern deep learning. We will discuss about his contributions in my future lectures. We are not covering this MDS. What is this? Why we are not covering MDS? MDS means what? Multi-dimensional scaling. We are not covering Salmon mapping. We are not covering graph-based techniques extra, because we believe that Tisne can do better than most of these techniques in most cases. I am not saying these techniques do not have applications, but Tisne will do pretty good job or very, very comparable job to other techniques, and hence we are covering PCA and Tisne in a dimensionality reduction section. Now you might ask, what is so special about Tisne? By the way, Tisne works very well for visualization, which means if you are given d-dimensional data, it can map this d-dimensional data to 2D or 3D data using Tisne. Tisne can convert this d-dimensional data to 2D or 3D using Tisne, and the visualization that I get after Tisne, that visualization is very beautiful. You will get very beautiful visualization with the help of Tisne if you compare with your PCA. There are really beautiful, really clean and very, very easy understanding visualization. What happens now? You might ask how Tisne is very different or very different from compared to PCA. What is the fundamental difference between Tisne and PCA? Of course, we will understand much better when we learn the internals of Tisne. I will spend lot of time on Tisne in my future classes, but as it involves lot of mathematics, this class may not permit me to introduce that advanced mathematics. Why? Because you need knowledge of joint probabilities and t distributions. But let me give you one key point here. Imagine if I have data set like this. This data set I already discussed in my previous lecture. This is one of the limitations of your PCA. We realized that when we read this is one type of data set, where if I have data set like this, I already discussed these limitations. I discussed different limitations of PCA. Let us assume that this is feature 1. This is feature 1. Let me assume this is my feature 2 on y-axis, isn't it? V1 is this direction. Let me say this is V1. This I already discussed. Let me say this is V1. I am trying to project data. I am trying to project data from 2D to 1D. That's my intention, from 2D to 1D. What is the problem? There are two clusters, isn't it? This is one cluster. This is the cluster of points, and this is also a cluster of points. So what happened? We saw this is one of the limitations of principal component analysis. So what happens when I try to project these points on V1 axis? This is V1 axis, this is V1, first principal component. If I keep on projecting these points on V1 axis, all these points will be projected here, isn't it? So what happens when I try to project these points, all the data points to project it to V1. These two sets of points will now get this set of this cluster, and this cluster of points will be projected here, isn't it? These two sets of points will now get projected onto small on this in the same area, on the small area. These points will be projected in the area, same points will be projected onto the small area in the same area, and we lose the information that they will separate. They are separate clusters, but all of them are are projected into the same region. Points are grouped. So in a nutshell, PCA is trying to preserve the global shape data. PCA tries to preserve, you must understand, PCA tries to preserve, it preserves, I can say, global shape of the data. Global shape of the data. It preserves global shape of the data. Which one? PCA, isn't it? Our global structure of the data. You are calling global structure because it is try to preserve all, because it is try to preserve, I can say, what is the technique? Variance maximization. It is using which one? Variance. PCA is using variance maximization. This I already discussed, isn't it? Variance maximization. What does it mean? Variance maximization is a form of global shape. It is a form of, I can say, it's a form of global shape or global structure. But there is also local structure. Here I have one local structure. Here also I have one local structure. But there is also a local structure here. This cluster is one local structure. This cluster is also another local structure. What is the local structure means? Local structure means these are the points which are close to each other. This is one cluster. This is another cluster, isn't it? Local structure means this is one, as I told you, this is one local structure. This is another local structure. These points are very close to each other. These cluster 1 points are close to each other. In cluster 2 also points are close to each other. PCA does not care. You must understand this one. PCA does not care. PCA does not care about distances between points. It cares about the direction. PCA does not care about distances between the points. That's the biggest difficulty. I will repeat. It does not care distance between the points. It cares. It means what? PCA cares. It cares. Which one it cares? It cares about the direction. It cares about the direction. It cares about the direction which maximizes variance. Which maximizes variance. That's the biggest difficulty with PCA. We will understand more about global structure preservation and local structure preservation when we learn the internals of TISNE in next few lectures. But just at high level, just keep in mind that PCA preserves global structure, while you must understand PCA preserves global structures. It preserves global structure, PCA, isn't it? It does not care distances. Here I have difficulty, isn't it? But just at high level, just keeping in mind that PCA preserves global structure, while TISNE can choose, to preserve local structure. I can also make TISNE to preserve global structure. To preserve global structure by just changing one parameter. So, in a nutshell, TISNE preserves local structure. Whereas your PCA preserves global structure. I will explain in detail about local structure preservation and global structure preservation with detailed examples in next few classes. This particular drawback can be overcome by this limitation I already discussed. This particular drawback is overcome by using our TISNE. Just time being, understand the simple differences between TISNE and PCA. In future lectures, I'll spend a lot of time on TISNE so that you will get real insights about TISNE. Thank you very much.